I'm going to talk to you about the shady side of the ATM business. Yes, just like a lot of businesses, there's a shady side. So this video is going to be all about the ATM business and its shady side. Hey guys, my name is Carey Buck and I am an ATM business mentor. I've been an independent ATM owner operator since 2009, and I've been teaching people just like you how to start their own profitable ATM business since 2011. So here's the deal. The ATM business is a pretty phenomenal business. It's pretty awesome. It really is. I've enjoyed being involved in it since 2009. I'm still involved in it. I'm actually getting ready to move. My wife and I are moving to the beach, and I'm actually going to be relocating some machines where they're at now to where I'm moving to the beach. So I'm still involved in it, right? And I'll be starting fresh where I'm going, right? But like a lot of businesses have a less than perfect side to them, and the ATM business is no different. So what I want to talk to you today is I'm going to talk to you about the five main shady sides of this business. Okay, the first one being ATM processors, right? So you gotta be careful, who you're dealing with. You want to make sure you're dealing with a knowledgeable, trustworthy, competent processor. You don't want to really get involved in long-term contracts if you can help it. You shouldn't be paying for processing at this point in time. In 2018, there's no reason to be paying for processing. You just got to be careful because there's just some shady processors out there, right? And the last thing you want to do is sign their contract that's long term, 3 years, 5 years is the industry standard. And prior to even getting to the contract point, you're gonna talk to them, and they're gonna tell you how wonderful they are, and how awesome they are, and how you're not gonna have to pay for processing, and you're gonna have free support, 24-hour support, and just everything's gonna be great. And you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is awesome, right? And let me sign away, and you sign this 3 to 5 year contract, right? Well, as soon as you sign that contract, you learn whether they really are, what they said or not, right? And if it turns out they're not what they said, their contract is so good that you're probably not going to get out of it. Like, you're just going to be pissed, And I learned all this stuff the hard way. Like, I took all the bumps and bruises for you, right? Beginning of my business, my ATM business, I lost about $37,000 from all the bumps and bruises I took, right? Which include a lot of things on this list, but not all of them. This is one of them, though, the processor. Because you got processors that'll tell you the processing's free. You got processors that'll charge you a per transaction fee. You got some that'll charge you a monthly fee. You got some that'll do a combination. You got some, these are the shady ones, that'll tell you it's free. And then they have you sign this 3 to 5 year contract, and then a couple months down the line, you get a letter saying, "Oh, sorry, we gotta start charging you now." And then it's one of those other things that I told you about, right? So you gotta be careful about who you're dealing with. Okay, that's one. Two is ATM supplier. So who you buy your ATM from, you gotta be careful there too. Again, you want it to be a knowledgeable, trustworthy company, right? You don't want to be buying your ATM from some dude who's, I don't know, on a street corner selling you who the hell knows what. you know, you don't want to be, buying, that you see like this crazy deal like on the website. Like, oh my god, look at that deal, and you buy it because you think it's a great deal. But guys, if it's too good to be true, there's usually a reason. Okay, there's usually a reason. And you might be buying something that you didn't want to buy, right? You might be getting a used machine. You might be getting a machine that's not ADA or EMV compliant. Okay, you need to, make sure all this stuff is in check. EMV and well, really the ADA is not shit to mess around with. Like, you do not want to mess around with the federal government. ADA is American with Disabilities Act, right? You don't want to mess around with that. Like, your first fine from the federal government, when it comes to ADA, is a minimum of 50 G's. That's a lot of freaking money, right, for a first-time fine, right? So you want to make sure you're dealing with a reputable, trustworthy, honest ATM supplier. And here's another tidbit. Knowledgeable, trustworthy, legit suppliers generally will not allow you to lease ATM machines from them until you've been in the business for at least a year. Right? So if somebody's just straight from the jump going to be like, oh yeah, we'll lease your machine, some caution might be warranted. All right? So another thing, another shady side of the business is the people on Craigslist and eBay selling stuff. Guys, you got to be careful. Don't buy stuff from eBay or Craigslist unless you know what you're doing. You've been in the business a while. If you are new, definitely stay off of Craigslist and eBay because you're going to have those shady suppliers on there. You might even have those shady processors on there. And those shady suppliers, a lot of times will try to get you into their shady processing deals. Okay? But yeah, so stay off of Craigslist and eBay. You might be buying used machines that aren't EMV or ADA compliant. They might say they are, but they're not. You're new. How do you know? Like, how do you know, really? You know what I mean? So just be careful. Don't do it. Just to be honest, don't do it. Don't mess with it. If you're trying to get a deal, this is not the business to try to get a deal in, right? This is not the business to be cheap in. Go be cheap in something else. Like this. Take this business seriously because there are aspects of this business where you are choosing to mess with the federal government, and I do not recommend you doing that. Okay. Another thing to look out for is existing routes. Like that's another. Sorry, I got a little list here. I wrote down for you guys. Existing routes. Another shady side of the ATM business. You got some people that are shady when they're trying to sell their routes. And again, there are going to be good, honest people out there that want to sell their routes. Like I'm selling a couple of my routes because I'm moving, right? Like ones that I can sell, I'll sell. Ones that I'm not going to sell, I'll take with me. I'll just take the machine with me and I'll place it where I'm moving to. So there are some good, honest folks out there selling routes, but you got to be careful because there are people out there that will screw you, right? They'll lie about their numbers. They'll fudge their numbers. They might not show you tax returns, right? They might not be honest with you about the actual ATM machines, right? They might say they're EMV compliant or ADA compliant. Maybe they're not. There's all kinds of things that they can, mess with you about and lie with you about that are going to screw you and cost you money. Okay, so you got to be really, really careful. And another thing when it comes to buying existing routes is sometimes they'll tell you, yeah, these ATMs are great, like the contract's in place, you can keep your machine here. Maybe they don't even have a contract, right? They might have made a fake contract for you, or maybe the contract's expiring soon and the new business, the business owner doesn't want to deal with you, so your ATM's going to get kicked out. So you just overpaid for that particular location, right? Because there's no location anymore. You overpay for that ATM, I should say. You know what I mean? So you just got to be really, really careful. It's, again, I like to think that the majority of people are good people. But, I've personally gotten screwed over, so I know there's, a shady amount of people out there. So you got to be careful, all right? Another thing to be careful of, the shady side of the business, is locators. People that you will pay to find locations for you. There's not one that I recommend. Not one. I've been doing this for 9 years. Not one that I recommend. And people that I know that have been in the business longer than me, kind of the same way. They're like, there's not one that we recommend. You just gotta be careful. I had one student that used one. And he was really proud of himself because he did his due diligence. He really researched this guy, and he said, okay, I did my due diligence. He got screwed out of his money. And he did his due diligence, and he still got screwed out of his money. Okay? So you just gotta be careful. I get the want to have a locator. I totally get it. But if you learn how to find locations, you're not gonna have to pay a locator to do it, and you could teach somebody else to do it. You know what I mean? Teach your son to do it, your daughter to do it, a family member that doesn't have a job but has time. Like, teach them how to do it. Like, pay them, and it'll probably be cheaper than paying a locator anyway. And you're not gonna get screwed. And then the last way, and this is I got screwed this way back in the day. This is before the whole mentor was like a cool thing, a cool name. But another shady side of this business is ATM mentors that are out there. That's how I got screwed, way back in the day. It was the processors, suppliers, and the mentor, right? Yeah, but nowadays you gotta be really careful. You gotta be really, really careful, because you got these new ATM mentors popping up every single freaking day. I mean, it's exhausting. Like, I feel for you guys. It is freaking exhausting. Every day you got, John and Bob and Bill and Brian and Tony and, Bobby. And it's like, where the fuck do all these people come from, I mean, like, one day nobody's here, and then the next day there's like 20 of you. So you gotta be really careful. Pay attention. Listen. Watch. Pay attention, okay? All the signs are there, right? You have a gut instinct. Follow it. We all have these internal bullshit meters. Listen to them. Okay, you're gonna know when somebody's bullshitting you or not, right? The thing with these new ATM mentors, they're younger than me, right? I'm a little older here. I got some gray hair. I got a lot of gray hair. It's from my wife. But they kind of cater towards the younger folks, and nothing against younger folks, right? Nothing against you guys, but us older folks have been around the block a little bit more. Like, we've been fucked over a little bit more, lived a little more life, right? So our bullshit meters are probably a little more well-tuned than if we were 18 or 19 or 20, We're way less naive now than we were when we were 18, 19, or 20, right? So this is why these guys, and I'm saying guys, I'm sure there's chicks out there too, but mostly all I'm saying right now is guys. But yes, I am looking at my freaking hair. The reason that they cater to younger folks is because you haven't been around that much. Your bullshit meter is not well tuned, and you're still a little naive. And not all of you. Trust me, I just had a gentleman join my training who was 20 years old, and I mean, he is amazing, right? He's unlike any other 20-year-old I've ever spoken to, right? So, not everyone. But for the most part, they're looking at you because you're younger, because you're naive, because they don't, because they know that they can sell you the fantasy, right? Oh, look at my cool car. Look at these chicks. Look at this yacht. Look at my fancy watch, right? They can sell you that fantasy, and you're just like foaming at the mouth, like, oh my God, I want that. Here, take my money. Like, it's my last dollar, but here, take it, right? That's why they're going after you. I'm sorry, it's kind of like the truth machine around here. You just got to be careful, guys. Listen to your bullshit meter. Listen to your gut, right? Listen to it. It usually won't steer you wrong. Just watch the things that you see. Listen, pay attention. Do a little bit of research, right? See how long they've been around. Like, you don't want this mentor that just started. If you go to their, find out what their Facebook page is, and you go to their Facebook page, and 1 week you see they were trying to figure out how to make money. Then a week later, suddenly they have 10 ATM machines, 20 ATM machines. Then a week later, suddenly they're like this ATM mentor. I mean, that does not add up. You know what I'm saying, guys? Right? Watch their videos, pay attention, right? And compare it to other videos. Like there's a lot of videos I see out there that the video themselves and the comments give such bullshit that I will generally come in and create a new video to give you the truth, to give you the real context, right? The real content. If you see that going on, like if you see, oh, this person said blah, 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 and then you see I have this video that says the complete opposite, let a little flag, red flag go up for you, okay? So I have no reason to bullshit you. I've been doing this for 9 years. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I have no reason to bullshit you. It does not matter to me one way or another if you ever get my training. It really doesn't. My money that pays my bills comes from my ATM business. When I make money from my training, that's bonus. It's amazing. But honestly, I love the training aspect of it. I'm not even going to lie. Like it's actually more fulfilling than the actual ATM business itself, to be quite honest with you. Having the ability to change someone's life is pretty freaking awesome. But anyways, I went on a little tangent. You just gotta pay attention. Pay attention to all the little things. Like if you got somebody sitting there in a video and trying to, act like a big shot and have like stacks of $100 bills next to him, ask yourself, why the hell does this dude got stacks of $100 bills next to him? Like, you don't put freaking $100 bills in an ATM machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, so ask yourself, why is he doing that? He's doing that because he's trying to sucker you in. That's why. Sucker you in. Look, dude, I got $100 of bills. Like, come on. Come on. I got money too, but I don't need to fucking show it to you. You know what I mean? I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this 9 years, right? I do not bullshit. I'll never bullshit you or lead you astray, right? Always tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear it, okay? So just look for things like that. I mean, there's a dude that is telling people how much cash they can put in a machine, and he's an ATM mentor, but you can't even put that much cash in a machine, right? Unless it's an upgraded machine. But he's telling them a price of a machine that if it was this upgraded machine, it wouldn't be this price, right? So he doesn't even know what he's talking about when he's trying to explain stuff to people. But you, as a new person interested in this business, wouldn't know that. But of course, I've been doing this for 9 years. I know he's full of shit. So you need to pay attention to, okay, dude has a stack of hundreds right here. Well, why? That doesn't make any sense, because the part I just told you about how much is in the machine and how much the machine costs, you won't pick up on that. You're not familiar with the business yet. But you pick up on the fact that he's got stacks of $100 bills right here, and you know damn well ain't nobody put $100 bills in an ATM machine, right? Like, why? You gotta ask him, why is he doing that? Why? And there's you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly the type of people I'm talking about, right? So you just gotta be careful. Like that's a huge shady side of the business that I never thought I'd really have to be talking about. Honest, I really didn't. Like it was like out of the blue. Like every day there's a new ATM mentor out. I never freaking heard of it. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them don't even have fucking ATM machines. No lie. I'm not saying that's any of them, right? You notice I don't ever say anybody's name. I know you know a lot of who I'm talking about, though. But I'm sure there's some of them that don't even have machines. I'm sure there's some of them that are so full of shit, like they can't even answer some of your questions once you get into their training because they don't know what they're doing, right? So you got just be careful. All right, be careful. If you have a gut instinct, listen to it. You have a bullshit meter, listen to it, okay? If you're like, Carey, yeah, you sound great and all, I believe you, but I don't have much money. I need cheap training. Well, get what you pay for, Don't come crying to me, though, when the training sucks. And you got to pony up more training to get the real legit training that's out there. You know what I mean? By the way, that has happened more than once. More than once it's happened. Anyway, that's the 6 main shady sides of this business. Processors, ATM suppliers, Craigslist and eBay, existing routes for sale, locators, and ATM mentors. And here's another thing. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I really know I'm not, okay? You might not like me. You might not like my hair. You might not like me because I'm gay. You might not like me because I say fuck. Whatever. It doesn't matter what the reason is. You just might not like me. I might not be your cup of tea. I'm going to tell you something right now. If I am not your cup of tea, and you're like, Carey, you're not my cup of tea, I am never going to give you money for your training. Even though I believe you that you have the best training out there. Carey, I believe you have the best training out there, but you're not my cup of tea. I'm never going to give you money. What I would say to you, I'm not even kidding right now. What I would say to you is, don't buy a cheaper training. Do not buy a cheaper ATM training. Just pick a different investment strategy. That's what I would say. All right, guys, listen. If you would like to learn more about the ATM business, first of all, subscribe. Click that little ATM right there. Subscribe to this channel, right? Oh, and like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs down makes me sad. I know it's all you fake mentors out there that give me thumbs down anyway. But give me thumbs up. Makes me happy. If you have any questions, comments, post below. Again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click the little ATM. There's going to be a button. Something somewhere. Just picture of a cute kid at the end. Click on him. That's Andrew. That's my nephew, Andrew. That'll subscribe to the channel as well. You can also get I'm saying way too much. And I know better than that. I am a speaker. I'm an international speaker. I speak on the stage. I've even been to Toastmasters. And I don't really say so I don't know why I'm saying it so much right now. But, here we go. But if you would like to learn more about the ATM business, feel free to go to ATMbusinessblueprint.com. You can grab my free ATM business roadmap, and it'll show you how I went from $0 to $3,000 to $5,000 a month just by placing ATMs in local businesses. Also, you can join my free Facebook group. It's called ATM Money Makers. It's where we talk about the ATM business and clearly making money with them, right? We're talking about making consistent monthly cash flow with them and big chunks of cash with them. Also, there's going to be a link right here. Or it might be right here. It's going to be right here or right here. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be up here somewhere. You can click on it, and then you'll see all different ATM videos that I have made, prior to this one. So a bunch of videos. And there's one called, right now, right here, right now, I'm going to do a separate link right there or right there. That is going to be, it's called Spend the Day with an ATM Owner. Okay. So there's going to be a link that just has all the videos, like all the videos talking about ATMs, but there's going to be one link by itself that is just that one video, Spend the Day with an ATM Owner. It's a pretty lengthy video, but I would literally let you spend a day with me and learn how it is to be an ATM business owner for the day. There I go with the again. God, that is annoying. So annoying. Sorry about that. So again, this is the shady side of the business, but do not get now that I say it, now I'm really picking up on it. I'm sorry. That is freaking annoying. Do not get sidetracked with it. Do not let it steer you away from the ATM business because, just like I know, there's a lot of shady sides to a lot of different businesses, right? I just made you aware of the shady sides of the ATM business. So now you are more informed than the next person, okay? Don't let it scare you. The ATM business is phenomenal. You will get phenomenal returns, okay? There is no reason for me to lie or exaggerate, the money the machines will make because the business by itself is pretty freaking awesome. All right, guys, my name is Carey Buck. Feel free to go to ATMbusinessblueprint.com to download my free ATM roadmap. I'm going to show you how I went from, $0 to $3,000 to $5,000 per month by placing ATMs in local businesses. Also, once you click on that, if you want to learn a little bit more about the ATM business, and you want to be in the business, and you want to learn from a real ATM mentor that's been doing this for a long time and will not bullshit you, feel free on the thank you page. There's a button at the bottom. Click on that, fill out your application, and I'd love to talk to you and see if it's a fit for one another. All right. Again, my name is Carey Buck, ATMBusinessBlueprint.com. Please join me in my free Facebook group, ATM Moneymakers. I'll put a link below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to click the little button, the little ATM machine, or the smiling cute boy at the end to subscribe to this channel. Any questions or comments, or if you want to tell me what you want my next video to be, post it below. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon, and may you live happily off of passive income.